So, lads, today we got to talk about this. The game's not over yet, but it may as well be over. Nikola Jokic is like, there are levels to basketball, and Nikola Jokic has hit a level of basketball that I just don't know. I just don't know how to describe this man. I don't know how to describe him. Like, he is absolutely, like, I thought Shea overtook Luka for the MVP favorite, and then Jokic has come in from the back. Jokic has, like, it's like the 4x4 medley relay at the Olympics, where you have your top three, and then Femke Bowles in there in fourth, and Femke Bowles came all the way into the front to win it. Like, she came from fourth to first. Because Wemby was great today. Luka was poor. Shea was good. Shea was just Shea. The thing with Shea is that Shea will win MVP in like death by 1,000 cuts. He'll have 80 games where he scores 25 or more points, and no games where, or like one game where he scores more than 50. Most games he'll score between 30 and 35. It's crazy how consistent he is. But Jokic is not human. In NBA history, only one player has ever done each of these in the same season. A 50-point game, a 30, 50, and 15 game, a 25-point game without attempting a single free throw. That player is Jokic, and he's done them all in the last 8 days. He's done them all in the last 8 days. This is, like, he is one of the 10 greatest players of all time. I'm putting him in that conversation because there are hierarchies in the top 10. There is no debate. These players are in the top 10, as in your LeBron. Realistically, in my opinion, it's LeBron, Kareem, Jordan. And after that, it's a fucking free-for-all. Like, if you want to argue Kobe's 4, so be it. If you want to argue Kobe's 12, so be it. Like, if you want to argue Shaq over Kobe, so be it. If you want to argue Jokic over Shaq, so be it. He's in that conversation, and I have, like, my cutoff at that is, like, Jokic is now in the conversation. Like, there's, like, maybe 13 players, and when you go to, like, 13 onwards, that's when you go into, like, KD, Oscar Robertson, Dr. J, Dirk, Moses Malone. That's kind of that type of category. Kevin, like, Giannis is probably in that category. I think Luka will be in that category, but he's not yet. Dirk maybe in that category, but, like, these are, like, the near. You can argue them near the top 10, but you can't really argue them in the top 10. But, like, for me, I have him over Kim. I have him over Shaq. Like, in my opinion, Jokic is better than both of them. And you could think I'm crazy, but that's just my opinion. I think Jokic at his best is better than both of them at their best. I get it, defensive thing as well. Jokic is a supremely underrated defender. But Jokic and Luka are the two greatest offensive weapons I've ever seen in my life. And I watched the entire career of Stephen Curry. I watched most of the career of Kobe Bryant. Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic are the two best offensive players. And right now, I'm flip-flopping. I'm like, oh man, Luka's the best. Jokic is the best. Like, I've flip-flopped over the last however many years. I'll flip-flop over the two of them. And I'm going to be honest. There's a difference between, like, Luka, absolutely. There is, like, Luka has a lot of American in him. Like, he does some lazy things. He acts like a superstar when he's on the floor. And then Jokic just takes games off sometimes because he doesn't feel like it. Jokic will just get bored and just not shoot for your game. So, it's an interesting one. But, like, he's unbelievable. Like, the guy had 55, 12, 6 assists on 23 shots. He had 55 points on 23 shots. 55. He shot, like, by the way, over his last, like, 6 games, he's averaging something stupid like 37. I think it's like 37, 12, and 11 on 75% shooting. He's nearly at 100% true shooting over his last 6 games, while averaging a 35-point triple-double. On 100% true shooting over his last 6 games. Like, well, not actually 100, basically 100% true shooting. Like, he had above 100% true. I'm pretty sure he had above 100% true shooting today. Like, at his best, you can maybe argue Luka. Luka's the best player in the world, but like, man, I'm gonna sound dumb. Like, I was like, you know what? I was always on the Luka hype train. Why did Jokic have to? Why did I have to go and change my mind? I was always Luka over Jokic. Fuck me, man. Like, man, Luka's unbelievable. Luka's unbelievable, but this guy is just like peak for peak. Like, peak for peak. How many better players have there been in the world? Like, I don't care. People are like, oh, he doesn't have enough championships. He's in fucking Denver. LeBron had to go to Miami. LeBron's won one championship outside. If we look at stars who have won championships outside big markets, Giannis has won. LeBron has won. Dirk has won. And Golden State's a big market. I don't care what anyone says. Dirk has won. Kawhi has won. Obviously, he has won. I'm just trying to think who before that. The 2000s. The Spurs were a dynasty, even though they weren't the biggest market. They were a dynasty. Who else? Like, early 2000s was the Lakers. 90s, the Rockets. Maybe Hakeem has too. Like, Chicago was a big market. Like, when you do what Jokic did and you win a title and you lose some of your key role players, and then you get kind of close to winning the next year, and you lose another role player, and then every year you just lose role players, and you are so good you can spawn these new role players. Like, you are at a level above so many players. Like, Jokic is so great, makes all-time great a nightly performance. He's averaging 25, 13, 12 and 64% field goal. The Nuggets are 8-2. Like, this is yesterday. This is yesterday. He's just, like, he had 52 points in 3 quarters, and then he just basically took the fourth quarter off. He had 52 in 3 quarters. Like, he's a top 10 player of all time. And I'll never forgive NBA and vote for Dean giving Embiid that over Jokic. Jokic is the best big man of all time. I think there's a debate. Maybe not over Kareem, but like, maybe over Bill Russell. And like, that's crazy. Like, Kareem, like, for me, Kareem is a step above. But like, he's the modern day Wilt. Except the difference is that it's not like he's in fairness, Wilt was just overmatched as well. Wilt was way better than Bill Russell. Like, if there was only 8 teams in the NBA, I'm confident Jokic would have multiple rings. If there was only 8 teams. But Nikola Jokic is this generation's Wilt. He's absolutely this generation's Wilt. And we have Jokic, Wilt, Shaq, Bill Russell, Hakeem. In my opinion, I don't care what order you put them 5 in. Then after that, you go to Moses Malone or David Robinson and stuff. They're not, like, he's left all them for dust. KG, Dirks, he's left all them for dust. One of the greatest players to ever do it. One of the greatest ever do it. He had 25-5 in the first quarter. He had 25 points in a quarter. And by the way, anyone who thinks, like, this is Jokic's brother, his other brother's as big as him, as big as this guy, anyone who thinks the Morris brothers have any chance of beating the Jokic brothers in a fight, I would remortgage my house and put it all on the Jokic brothers. It's that big of a thing. But like, again, they're on a massive winning streak, 6-game winning streak. Like, a fan rushes onto the court afterwards. Maybe the only thing that can stop Jokic is a fucking fan. Like, Jokic, he's not human. The man's not human. And if you guys agree, please subscribe. We are up at 6 a.m. talking about this. We are trying to hit 12,150 by the end of the day, but this is not normal human behavior. I'll see you guys.